Hey YouTube fam, it's your girl Nurse T coming to you with the video. Well, one of my subscribers asked me to make a video about how do I tolerate bodily fluid. And you know, that's pretty interesting being that I've been dealing with it for great over 15 years. Prior to working in the hospital setting, I did have 2 years of dialysis experience, and we all know with dialysis there's a lot of bodily fluids involved. So if you stay tuned, I'll give you the key tips to that. All right, so let's just jump straight into this video. I'm sitting here drinking my water and it almost spilled over. But yeah, let's jump into this video because this is a video that, like I said, my subscriber asked me to make and I didn't mind. But I don't think I see this video discussed as much, but this topic discussed as much. But I do want to mention that one thing to keep in mind is that if you're new to nursing or healthcare or working with patients, building up that immunity can probably take a minute, but it usually it doesn't take long to build up an immunity to it. As I stated before, I've been working in healthcare. Actually, I've been in the hospital setting for 13 years, but I've been, all around in the healthcare industry for like 15 years. So I can say I have built an immunity to this, but there are other things. I would say that I know bodily fluids can be very, very gross to many, and it was gross to me at first, because at first I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do this. Especially when I started off as a PCA. I was like, when I worked in dialysis, we dealt with blood, and that was too much. But coming to the hospital, dealing with poop and all this other stuff, that was on a whole new level. But let me just get this small disclaimer out there that I have other things that really like makes my skin crawl, and that's people that chew ice, gum popping, and smacking when you eat. And the other three things that I listed. You can actually take a chalkboard and just slide your hands across and just make whatever squeaking noise you want. It won't bother me. But if you sit next to me and you chewing ice, you popping gum in a quiet room, or you smacking when it's just you and I and it's quiet in the room, oh Lord, that just irks me. But yeah, just jumping straight into the topic. I mean, there are different type of bodily fluids that you deal with, and there are different type of body fluids that the way I deal with it. Now, you probably have to research out there for more information about other people and how they deal with it, but I'll just tell you how I deal with it, Nurse T. So, working in nursing, and all of this is from my standpoint. Okay, we come in contact with blood, urine, emesis, which is vomit, poop, diarrhea, all that in that category. So I handle each one pretty much in a different way. Okay, we'll start off with blood. So primarily we deal with a lot of blood because we start in IVs, we draw in blood, and there are times when patients, have the IVs come loose or whatever. I mean, get pulled out, whatever. Or if I'm having to deal with blood and, certain patients, you really want to use that extra precaution. Well, actually, I treat every patient the same, and I use that extra precaution. When it's time for cleaning up a blood spill, I double glove. I mean, it's no way around it. You do, if that's your profession, you would deal with it. All right. So, the next biggest thing that most people deal with that they do not like to deal with, and still to this day, I don't like to deal with it, is poop. You have some patients come in with infections, C. diff, whatever type of infections that they come in with, you dealing with it. And certain infections have a very foul odor. And with that, I would just suggest, some people, when you're going in a room to clean up a diarrhea or clean a patient that has defecated on themselves, then I would go in with a mask, you know. And I mean, it is what it is. I'll wear a mask, and sometimes if the mask is not covering enough, sometimes people take an alcohol swab and they stick that in the mask just to kind of get past that smell so they won't vomit. Because most of the time patients use an alcohol smell swab just to prevent them from vomiting. Let's talk about during the time when I experienced both pregnancies while working in the healthcare field, dealing with that. I mean, you know, your senses are times 10 when you're pregnant, you know, so your sense of smell gets stronger and stronger. So that usually those were the times that were a bit more trying for me, because, you know, it was kind of tough, but you know, it is what it is. Like I said, there are other options. And then after the cleanup, you know, there's that lingering odor, and some people they can't stomach it, like to stand the smell of it. So I would suggest that if your facility allow it, bring like a light mist, Febreze spray or Poop Be Gone or whatever, or essential oil that you can kind of drop on the floor in the corner somewhere, or you know, or just some spray if they allow it, or if you can get by with it, just and keep going like you ain't like nothing happened, you know. And so, because at the end of the day, you know, you don't want to be traumatized. You have urine. I mean, when you have to empty the Foley catheters, or if you have patients on bedpans, and all I can say is when a patient is on a bedpan, be careful not to flip that pan and splash all that stuff in your face, because then, you know. But you can handle that by wearing a face mask with the shield on. So, you know, they have the face mask with the shield. So guard your face, you know. And if the smell is atrocious or whatever, then, you know, like I said, keep you something. Hell, even put like a light mint in your mouth and just, you know, under the mask, just like, you know, like be smelling your breath or something. I don't know. You know, that's the biggest thing when you go in nursing, you know, that these are some things that you would encounter. Perhaps maybe you can go another route, and they have other nursing, case management, in the hospital or whatever, that they don't really do the hands-on nursing care. Yeah. But oh yeah, then you also have patients with tracheostomies. So, you know, with that, you doing some suctioning, you know, you're suctioning trachs. So the best thing, like I said, the mask with the shields on them. And, you know, so I mean, I really don't know exactly how to extend this out, but to say that, you know, mainly for me, like I said, you know, I build up the immunity to it, and hopefully you will too. Anybody out there that's wanting to go into healthcare, but they just cannot stomach the thought of bodily fluids. You know, if it's something you really want to do, you get past it. I'm sure you will. You will get past it to a certain extent, to where you have Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, you know, a lot of insurance companies out there that I've had people that I've known that went to go do that. But yeah, overall, yeah, you'll get past it. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. For those of you who already know me, thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't already, then please tell me what you're waiting for. If you have any questions, please drop them down below. If you haven't already, subscribe, and like the video, share my videos, and put your girl on the map. I'll get back with you. I have some other stuff coming soon, so just stay tuned. Keep watching. You don't want the world to know that you lost a girl who got it on her own.